Hi guys, it's Elizabeth. How are you? It's Saturday, March 21st. I think that's the date. And I wasn't planning on doing a video. I came out, did a really nice hike this afternoon, and I brought some cards with me and figured I would just, do my own reading, maybe take a picture if it was something, that felt really important for the collective. And then when I got out here and sort of like climbed up this rock, and I'm perched up here and it's so still and so quiet and beautiful, and I thought, well, let me see if I can prop up my phone and and do a video for everyone. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let me get a little bit lower here. Okay, I think that's good. Hi. So yeah, I have the Kyle Gray Keepers of the Light Oracle cards, and I also have a very special holographic deck. Feeling a little magical today. So I have the Threads of Fate, the Weaver Tarot, and this is the holographic cards that I'm going to use. So we're going to do pull an oracle card from Kyle Gray's deck, and then get some tarot cards for you guys too. So I hope everyone is well, healthy, and wherever you are, and where's the camera? It's there. Okay. Wherever you are, and whatever, changes you're going through in your own personal life, and then also, the people around you and your family, your friends, your loved ones within your community, the changes that are happening within your community and in your state, in your country. I just want you to know that I wish you all so much love and courage and creativity and inspiration at this time. So with that being said, we make sure that these cards don't go flying off of this rock because I'm on a tilt, as you can see. And let's start with the Keepers of the Light, and we're going to take one card from this beautiful deck to see what Archangel or Ascended Master energy is wanting to come through today and is here with everybody. So I call in the divine with love and light. And this is going to be a very high vibrational reading because of where I am right now. I'm in Sedona, Arizona, amongst the red rocks, and these red rocks are literally loaded with quartz crystals, so they're amplifiers, and at the same time they're also very, very grounded. So we're going to get some root chakra connection here and crown chakra connection, and the sun's kind of going in and out, so hopefully you can still these cards are okay. There we go. All right, so I call in the archangels at the four corners of the world. I call in the six elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today. This is going to be a collective read. The date doesn't matter, the time doesn't matter, just to get some energies, messages, inspiration for everyone out there who may watch this at whatever time you watch this. All right, Archangel Metatron, please one card for the collective. That one. Mahavatar Babaji. Interesting, soul expansion. And this is the guru of the guru of Paramahansa Yogananda. So he's an avatar. Let's see if we can get that up close. Wanting to come through soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding, and you understand the connection between all things. And you can see the flower of life behind him, the Sri Yantra behind him, the Om symbol, and just the total interconnectedness of everything. And I really do believe and have a deep knowing that currently there are people waking up all over the world. All over the world. This is probably one of the greatest times of awakening that we will ever see, certainly in our lifetime, here in this lifetime, and one that will go up in history of the world, of this planet. So I'm not surprised that he came out as an avatar, you know, soul expansion. Paramahansa Yogananda was the guru who brought yoga to the Western world. And he wrote an autobiography of a yogi. If anyone, is interested, you can learn a lot more about Mahavatar Babaji. It means great incarnation or avatar, and Babaji means sacred father. Mahavatar Babaji is a deeply respected master yogi who was introduced to the world through the teachings of the Indian yogi Paramahansa Yogananda. Yogananda Babaji, as he's called for short, is said to be over 2,000 years old and able to travel between Earth and other worlds. He is said to have an invisible temple in the Himalayas that can appear to those he wants to connect with. Many believe that he is like Christ himself, bringing a deep love, acceptance, forgiveness, insight, and direction. Beautiful. You may feel that you've retreated from the world recently. Well, yeah, don't you? For those of you who are used to having very busy lives, running from here to there, and now you're not able to do that. Like, everything's literally closed. Like, the world is closed. But in that closure, it's probably the greatest opening that we will receive in this lifetime. Okay, anyway, maybe you have not been as active socially or spiritually, but this time of inner rest has really paid off. You are becoming more and more consciously aware of how connected you are to God and all living beings. This sense of union is called yoga. Yoga goes beyond the physical ability and into a sense of awareness that is created through a spiritual practice, meditation, and devotion to the divine. Mahavatar Babaji, the yogic father, is here to inspire that fire of union within you, that you can understand how your thoughts and actions are creating the waves of energy that form your life. That's so beautiful and really, really perfect, you guys. Like, really, really perfect for what's happening right now, what we are going through as a global community, what's happening around the world, what's happening within our own community. I've seen a lot of people sort of like posting on their Facebook and whatnot that, okay, I'm going to clean out this and I'm going to, and I'm doing this around the house and like, I'm going to keep myself busy. And so that's great. Because I'm such I will always encourage cleaning out clutter, getting organized and cleaning. Cleanliness is godliness. So really, getting your things in order. But that being said, that's not necessarily what this time is all about. It's also about taking the quiet time to rest, to really go within. And if you're experiencing, unemployment, shortened hours, cut hours, and everything's really uncertain right now, and you kind of just like haven't not had a job in a really long time, maybe, you haven't ever been laid off. Like, I've been laid off multiple times in my life. And those were always the times where I had to get really creative and I had to really think about, what else am I good at? What do I really love to do? What are the abilities that my soul came in with, that I've carried inside my soul with me through lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, that I've probably forgotten, whether that's that you're an artist or that you're a writer or that you're a healer or that you're a yogi or that, you have some brilliant idea, something, like your soul purpose, really. And some people are already tuned into that. And so there's kind of like two camps. There's the people who, multiple camps and layers within each of those. But you know, the people who are having like a sort of like a first awakening right now, and then people who are having second awakenings, because it comes in layers. Like you can always go further in, further in. You can always expand out even further. It's like the universe is so infinite that that expansion, you can keep expanding and expanding and expanding, and inside you can go deeper and deeper and deeper. So it's like we have the ability to uncover layers of ourselves, like an eternal onion. Yeah, like an eternal onion, you know, an infinite onion that just has layer after layer. So, you know, for those of you who are like, well, I already am an artist, I already am a healer, that's great, you know, and so now's the time we can go even deeper with that, and or really reach out to others who are perhaps, you know, having a first awakening or a second awakening and having a little more difficulty navigating through it, to be a sort of way shower within this process for other people, holding space for them, and really being encouraging throughout this process of, you know, yeah, you're going to clean your home and do some organizing, but what happens when that's done? Like, what else is there? And if you're, you know, after a few weeks, like, I kind of don't really miss my job. I miss the money, but I don't necessarily miss what I was doing. Sort of, you know, starting to really think and feel into what else is available to you. And so that's my intention here today, is to receive and channel some messages, to inspire that creative process for everyone, to, you know, to give hope, and upliftment for everybody, who, you know, who may be going through what I just talked about. So it's a really exciting time, and I don't mean to diminish, you know, what anyone is going through as far as, you know, perhaps losing a business or wondering how they're going to make their mortgage payment or their rent payment or their car payment. I fully understand all of that because I've really been through a lot of that in my life too. And so I'm not trying to diminish any of that, but I am here to say that, you know, we are ushering in a new paradigm. And as a collective, we have the opportunity to build new structures and let old structures crumble. And on the other side of this, sort of like have a totally new way of life, you know, where we can look back a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, and our lives just don't even look the same anymore. And we've transformed. It's a time of transformation. It's a time of purging. It's a time of release. It's a time of just massive expansion from our soul. Maybe your bank account isn't going to be expanding right now, but let your soul expand. Let your soul expand is what they're saying. Okay. So we're going to pull some cards. I have no idea how many or what that looks like, and I love these holographic cards because, you know, we could say that we are living in a hologram, that to some degree, none of this is real, right? And that everything around us was initially a thought that became matter. So that's kind of what I mean about the hologram. And so if our thoughts can become matter, then you have the ability to create new matter from new thoughts, from a new way of thinking. Your thoughts create your reality, literally and figuratively. Okay. First card out is the Nine of Wands. Yeah, this is Sagittarius energy, fire energy coming in. And the Nine of Wands is really about perseverance. Perseverance, like it can feel really hard. It can feel really, really hard to keep going when the Nine of Wands comes out. We can feel tired. And if you see here, the wings that are up top on that crystal. There's so much going on in these cards. The key. I have kind of like a little guide that talks about like what some of the symbology in these cards means. Let's see. I don't even think the key is on here. But for me, just as a reader and intuitively speaking, you know, the 9 of Wands here being shown with a key, and on top of that key is a crystal, and then connected to those crystals are wings, is that this energy of feeling, you know, like there's so much almost weight on you, like it's like this is kind of like the wounded warrior energy where we feel tired, like we almost can't go on anymore. That's where you have the potential to unlock the door to something totally new, to a lot of fire, creativity, inspiration, and passion. It's like a way, you know, a time to really ignite that. And it may also call for, like I was saying, to take a rest, to really allow yourself to rest. Like if you're not working as much, if, you know, whatever is going on in your world, to really rest, that you don't have to stay so busy, you know, not being able to go out and go to the gym, or because it's closed, or go to the movies, or go to your restaurants that you normally go to, the events that you normally go to, that perhaps you can allow yourself really just to rest right now, to really rest, for deep rest. And that's the key. And for others of you that are feeling kind of like, you know, recharged, it's Aries season now. We're in the beginning of a brand new astrological year. We move from Pisces to Aries. The astrological calendar totally reset. And it's funny because here on the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Wands. So we've progressed from the 9 to the 10. And the 9 is like, where it is like an overburdening, you know, it is like a time where we feel like almost like we're so close, but like we almost can't make it. So this is showing me that the collective is feeling, it's not so much a worried feeling, because these aren't, although I'm sure that's there for a lot of you too, because these aren't swords energies. It's not mental. It's more about like our drive, our will. Fire is like the action that we take out into the world. And these are both cards of Sagittarius. Okay. So even though there is this sense of like feeling very overburdened right now, maybe there are so many loose ends that you need to tie up. See all these strings? It's like where we feel like almost like attached to the things that we have to do. You know, well, this is going to fall behind, and that's going to fall behind, and this place is closed, and I can't do this, and I can't, you know, because our infrastructure, the infrastructure of our society is kind of paused in a lot of ways. And so it's like tying up all these loose ends, feeling like, you know, like, how are you going to do all of that? And the 9 of Wands is saying that it is okay to rest. It is okay to rest, that those things will still be there, that maybe they're not as important as you think they are, that they can wait, you know, that they can wait, and that you can kind of, part of the 10 of Wands is like dropping the burden, allowing yourself to drop the burden, also allowing yourself to find creative solutions as to how to get everything done, as to how to do everything, thinking outside the box. Now, with these wands, the 9 and the 10, we start out with the ace, and that's the first spark of creation. That's Aries. That's the first thing that you like felt really inspired about, really like, I want to do this. Like, I love this. Maybe that's your career. And then you accumulate more wands. These are things, again, that like we love to do. We, you know, that we're passionate about. So maybe the second wand was like the house that you bought. And then the third wand, you know, being like your marriage, and the fourth wand maybe your kids, and the fifth wand is your hobbies, and then so it goes on and on. So it means that you are, you know, an inspired person, that you're someone who really loves life. You love to do things. You have a lot of things on your plate because there were things that you're passionate about. And then we get to the point where we've got so many of these wands that it can feel overwhelming. And especially right now, because there almost isn't an outlet to take care of everything. And this is saying to you, like, you can drop this burden. You can drop the burden. You can drop some of these. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what else wants to come out. I'm not surprised that there's a lot of Wands energy right now, because like I said, we've moved away from Pisces season and we are now into Aries season, and so it's fire energy. What else is going on in the sky? There's so much, but Saturn just moved into Aquarius, which I think for the next like year and a half, almost 2 years, and I think that's going to be like so amazing. That was the Ace of Cups. That's going to be so amazing in so many ways, Saturn moving through Aquarius. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens during that time. Like a total revolution and progression of all of our internal structures, of hierarchy, of government, of the financial system, so many things. Okay. Next card out is the Sovereign of Cups. Wow. Okay, so there's more of like the water energy, and this is the Sovereign is right, Queen. So Queen energy coming out, and this is the Queen of Cups. Let's see if you can see that. And you see how like on top of her cup she has it's like an oyster shell, and inside is the pearl. See that? I just love this Sovereign of Cups. So in this deck, the Sovereigns are the embodiment of the suit. So she would be the embodiment of the Cups energy or the water energy, this cup, and nurturing and supportive. And obviously, like with the Queen of Cups or the Sovereign of Cups, you know, she is the nurturer. She is unconditional love. She's a healer. She's intuitive. You know, she just comes in to love, really, and to also to receive love. So this is an energy that's about nurturing ourselves, like with these Wands energies, the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, this energy of, you know, feeling overburdened, tired, like, you know, the Sovereign of Cups comes in to say, it's okay, guys, like, love yourself, rest, nurture yourself. Now's a time for, you know, for really asking ourselves what we can do to show ourselves love, like a slowing down, how we can provide for our body, how we can nurture our heart space, our body, our mind, all of it. It's not about other people's expectations of what we're supposed to do. These wands, I'm also hearing that these wands can also be linked into the collective energy, as far as everyone else in our group, everyone else in our peer group, and kind of like that we don't have to mimic their energy if it feels off for us. Meaning if the people around you are really panicking, they're more in like a fear vibration, that you are the one that is going to be embodying the vibration of love within your community, within your family, like I said, within your peer group. And that all of these wands, all of this wands energy is almost like the, even though again, it's not swords energy, it almost might as well be. This can represent, you know, like kind of like all of the fear of the rest of the group, of the rest of the people that you're, and I'm feeling this is a lot of like online stuff happening. So, you know, embodiment of love. That's the opposite of like this fear vibration. So I love that that came out for you. I really love that that came out from you. It's also being about, you know, being able to hold space for everyone. And at the same time, also like being a leader, you know, because a queen, she is a leader. She is a leader. So that you're coming out as a leader right now. A leader of love, you guys. A leader of love. Okay, next card. You know, and that this pearl that's in your cup, that's literally like in your cup. You see that pearl? That's your treasure. That's how rare, you know, how rare this gift is, this ability is for right now, for you to be embodying this Queen of Cups energy. It's a gift. Like, sorry, I thought I saw like the light change or whatever. Okay, it's a gift. You know, this is a gift that you have to bring to the world right now, is your gift of love. Staying in the vibration of love, not feeding the fears, not feeding this kind of like tangled web of wands that's happening, right? This tangled web of wands that's happening in the collective right now. And I know there are a lot of people that I know who really are embodying this Queen of Cups, you know, chill, just like chill energy that is like, we got this. This is all happening for the betterment of humanity. You know, this is going to be a gift, because this pearl is, like I said, is a gift. This whole experience is going to be a gift, you know, for all of humanity across the world. So I know a lot of people who are holding that vibration, and it's really, it's lovely to see it, and it inspires me, and you know, it definitely helps me a lot too. So thanks, guys. The Hanged Man coming out. I don't know if we should take this or not. Should we take this? Okay, let's take the Hanged One, or the Hanged Man. So we're going to say the Hanged One. Now, the Hanged Man is where we are suspended. The Hanged Man, in this deck, it's like this, this hand is like holding a rose upside down. And this rose is like, I feel like it got really dim. So I'm just wondering if you guys are able to see this. I'm going to try to, nope, that's too bright. What is going on with my phone? Hopefully you guys can see this. The Hanged One, or the Hanged Man. So this is about like a pause. It's about a surrender. It is about surrender and sacrifice. Interestingly enough, yeah, this was supposed to come out. You know, whenever the Hanged Man comes out, we have the opportunity for enlightenment, for like a huge aha moment, a transformational aha moment. You know, if you're hanging upside down, you're going to see the world from a totally new perspective, from a totally different perspective. So that's what the Hanged One does. It's about changing perspectives. It's about surrendering to what's happening around you. It's almost like a pause, which I feel like, you know, we are definitely all needing to take a pause right now. And, you know, and it leads to enlightenment. That's why there's, sort of this like light of illumination, circle of illumination around the rose, because it does lead to a more enlightened state, achieving a higher level of consciousness. So that is definitely, you know, since this started happening, I'm like, okay, this is like a huge awakening for everybody, and this is going to lead to so many aha moments for so many different people, and that's going to manifest in so many different ways. You know, it's like limitless. The possibilities are endless for everyone, because everyone is, you know, is at a different, you know, kind of like stage along their journey, and it's really exciting. So yeah, it's perfect that that came out. Definitely feeling that energy. The Seeker of Wands. Fire, inspiration, creativity, excitement, passion, movement, action. And the seeker, the seekers are like the pages. So that's what I was saying. It's like an opportunity for, and wands are creativity, passion, you know, drive, inspiration. So this whole thing, this whole hanged man kind of like pause, like super, super going within, a little different from the hermit, because the hermit intentionally goes within. The hanged man, it's almost like, well, how did he get there? I always say, how did he get there? You know, I'm not sure that he actually wanted to be there or not. But he does, and it's a sacrifice. He's making a lot of sacrifices. And then through that, when that aha moment comes, it's like we are now we have a totally new beginning. You know, the pages, the seekers, like totally new beginning, right, guys? Like opportunity for just so much. Like I was saying, that it's going to look different for everyone. It's going to look different for everyone. You know, it's a young energy, it's playfulness, it's freshness. It's beautiful. I love that. I'm gonna do one more card because I have no idea if you guys can even see me. I don't know like what happened with my phone. I can't really see my screen. Okay, I think that's better. Oh, see, the phone fell over for me, so now hopefully you can see things better. Okay, so I'm going to show you the Hanged Man one more time. And I'm going to show you the Seeker of Wands, or the Page of Wands, which is Aries energy. So that's like so perfect that that came out for Aries season. You know, and I'm wondering like if anyone's starting to feel that spark of creation, that creativity wanting to come through, maybe like all of your projects that you put off because you were so busy with the rest of your life, you're like thinking about starting up again. Even like taking your current business and looking at it through new eyes and seeing how you can use technology to keep your business going, how you can offer, you know, more things to people through online services. Like there's just, it's gonna look different for everyone. And change comes from within. Like world change is going to come from each individual soul incarnate changing his or her own life. And that's what creates massive change. So this, I'm telling you, you guys, this is like what a lot of us have been preparing for our entire lives. Okay, one more card, please. And I do really realize that some people are going through very difficult 3D experiences right now, and that a lot of people are sick. I am not trying to discount that at all. I really do hold space for that. I acknowledge it, I honor it. So I don't want this to be like, oh my God, this is like, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, so please, you know, please don't misunderstand me. There is a duality, you know, there is a duality. For sure. One more card, please. Okay. Conqueror of Cups. Okay, you guys, this is amazing. This is divine feminine and divine masculine. So it's very clear, you know, this is also about a rebalancing of the feminine, the masculine. I'm just trying to find a place to put these cards where they're not gonna like fall down the rock that I'm on. All right, I'll just hold them. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune, end of a cycle. That this is happening for the betterment of all of us. That it is, that it may seem, oh, so unlucky, you know, but it's not. It's going to lead to your freedom and your liberation, and the balancing of the feminine and the masculine here on earth. Here's the Conqueror of Cups. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Knight of Cups. I apologize. This is not the King of Cups. But still. So with the Seeker of Wands, with the Conqueror of Cups, it's like you're going to have this new mission. And the mission is going to be highly inspired, highly creative, and like a knight. Knights are on a mission. And the Knight of Cups, it's like a renewed sense of hope, of love, of chasing after and going for your deepest heart's desires, the things that you love, the things that light you up. And the Queen of Cups is kind of like holding this space, right? Holding this space. And then for the Page and the Conqueror. So two, like, you know, kind of younger energies, like, and this is the renewal. This is the renewal where some of you may feel like, but you know, I've had a career for the last 20 years and I'm in my 40s, I'm in my 50s. You know, how am I supposed to make this big change right now, this big transition? I want to, I feel like I can, but how am I supposed to do that? And the Conqueror of Cups, you can see, hopefully you can see this, his cup has wings on it. You know, it's blessed. There is divine guidance here. Absolutely divine guidance. The moon is in the background in this card, and it's not a full moon. So there are going to be things that you can't see right now. The way forward may not be perfectly clear. There's a mystery. There is a mystery about how this is all going to unfold. But the Hanged Man says to surrender, to really surrender into that mystery so that you can receive, you know, your wisdom, so that you can receive inspiration like the Seeker of Wands, and that you can go and be a conqueror, like a Conqueror of Cups. It's about love. It's a return to love. It's really a return to love, especially with the two cards coming out in the beginning, the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands, where our lives, the lives of the collective, felt so busy and chaotic and overburdened with a lot of things that maybe they weren't aligned with you anymore. You're just doing them because it was the habit of your life. They were the things that you had to do all the time, the things you were committed to. Hey, here's another thing. If you have like all of these activities that you are like, were deeply committed to for so long, like now's the perfect, and you're just not feeling them anymore. You're like, oh, I've been doing that for 5 years. Part of that, I'm just going to say a book club. I don't even know where that came from, but some book club. You know, I'm just not feeling it anymore. Now's the time. You can just get out of all of that stuff. It's a time for a reset in your personal life and in the global community. You know, resetting of so many different structures, organizations, and in your personal life, in your business life. And with that Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, it's like, yeah, you know, this is the end of a cycle. That's a card of Jupiter, Sagittarius. It's Wheel of Fortune's a card of Jupiter. It's about expansion, going back to Baba G. It's about expansion and fortune. Fortune, you know, the wheel turning. The wheel is turning. It's always going to turn, and now it's like it's turning in our favor. It really is, you guys. I can't stress that enough. Like, I can't like encourage you to feel that enough. Is to hold the vibration of love, not give in to these fears, turn off the TV, get off of social media too. You don't need to be posting 20 times a day unless they're really funny memes. No, I'm just kidding. You know, but if somebody wants to watch the news, they can watch the news. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. You're probably all like, what is going on here? You know, turn off the news. Get off of social media for a little while. Go within. What do you want to create? Spend time with your family. Talk to your friends on the phone if you can't see them. Get out into nature. Pick up your pen and your paper and write or draw or paint. Write a song. Whatever that is for you. It's like inner child stuff. I'm going to take one more card. Sovereign of Swords. Yeah, interesting. So this is the Queen of Swords. So more Queen energy coming out. More Queen energy coming out. So we've got like the balance between the head and the heart with the Queen of Cups and now the Queen of Swords. It's a balance between head and heart. So the Queen of Swords is all about truth, integrity, fairness. She's connected into the Justice card in the major arcana. In my opinion, she's connected into the Justice card. With her, she's seen it all. She's really seen it all. She's been through it all. She's been through, like the way that the Queen of Cups has been through all of the emotions, right? The good, the bad, the ugly, the heartbreak, you know, the love, like the intense love, unconditional love, the twin flame, the soulmate, the Queen of Cups I'm talking about. The Queen of Swords has been through all of the swords, all of them. The, you know, the praise and the compliments from other people, but also the betrayal, the lies, the backstabbing of words, the gossip. She's been through it all. Both of these queens have, just in a different way. And this is saying that we were ready for something like this to happen. That we were ready for it. Especially if you're watching this video. That you were ready for it. And again, you're coming out as a leader. So rather than being, you know, fully coming from the emotional realm or fully coming from the, you know, the mental realm, it's asking for a balance of high-mindedness, being able to cut through the BS too. The Sovereign of Swords, the Queen of Swords, she cuts through the BS, so to speak. She knows when things don't feel truthful, when things don't feel honest. So that's you being able to, if you are watching a news report or reading an article, being like, yeah, that doesn't really feel right. I don't think that that's necessarily true. You know, I think that there's higher knowledge and higher wisdom surrounding this topic. And that's also really important because that's about discernment. Discernment with our mind, discernment from our higher mind to cut through the BS. Again, going back to some of the fear mongering, and I get it, you know, like I said, I really do understand that right now, the best thing that we all can be doing is spending time, quiet time in smaller groups. So like, I'm all for it. I'm all for it for a while. But during that time, you're going to have a lot of information thrown at you. And it's about coming from a higher mind. Also, so that when you are speaking to other people in your dealings with other people, you know that your communication is on point. Because the Sovereign of Swords and the Swords energy is about communication, you know, so that your communication is also on point. And it's coming from the heart and from your higher mind. I really love this double queen energy. Bottom of the deck, the Two of Coins. Balancing things in the physical, perhaps needing to make a decision about something. Really interesting, you guys. Really, really interesting. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to have a reading with me at all during this time, please let me know. Like, we can definitely work with what you're able to pay during this time. I might be offering some like free 3-card readings here and there when I have some time. over the next few weeks to the next month. And but these are general readings. Like, this is more of, you know, of a collective energy that I'm picking up. If you want a personal reading and you want some guidance, we can do a 30-minute, we can do an hour. And like I said, you know, I would definitely be able to work with you with what you can pay at this, you know, at this time and during this transitional, transformative time for everybody. So, you know, I don't want it to be about the money, although I do need to, you know, to charge for it. But I would certainly like really hook you guys up. So please let me know. Just send me a message. I would love to read for you and do a personal reading, you know, with a really fun and in-depth format and all of that. So, all right, I think I'm gonna get back to the rocks. I think I will turn the camera around and just let you see like what I'm looking at here in Sedona. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera around. How do I do that? All right, well, I'm just gonna turn it this way, and hopefully you can see just the beauty of all of it. And then I'll also let you see the cards as well. And I think this was like this. All right, you guys, I hope that you have an amazing weekend, and I look forward to seeing you soon. I'm going to make a bunch of videos probably tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So I will talk to you soon. Love you guys. Take care. Okay, bye-bye.